Hello, Stan Campbell here at the Good New York, and good evening, Yellow Dig Nation. This week's week five's assignment is in the comparison between grass-fed beef and conventional beef. What's the differences? What's the pros and cons? Is one nutritionally superior? Um, Superior might be a large term. Um, it really depends on how basically um, you value it. Nutritionally, the omega 3s are vastly better in the uh, grass fed, and there's more omega 6s within the conventional due to the food and the corn and the grain mix that they're fed to the conventional. Now, the taste that comes along with that, we're used to that, to be honest with you. As a nation, I grew up with probably with mostly all conventional store bought uh, red meats and steaks and things like that, and I enjoy a red steak. For myself, though, being introduced to the most ultimate red meat, as far as I'm concerned, the bison and buffalo, that is a much wilder taste, and that's more in towards it is in the direction that the grass fed is tasting. So nutritionally, it's better with the fatty acids, and the taste is much better as far as I'm concerned. But taste is a personal thing; it can be different. And many people may not like the wilder taste, and many people may not like even the bison taste. But I would, again, I've said it in a different broadcast. You've got to try bison. So nutrition is superior. It is superior. It's better. Taste, for me, it's way better. So when we go down to the pros and cons, it does go down to the taste is better, the health benefit is better with the omega 3s versus the omega 6s. Omega 6s are related to a lot of issues and other health conditions. Now, the um, faster growth with the conventional makes it cheaper meat. The it takes longer for the grass fed. There's more uh, positive and lifestyle benefits to the animals if you're a pro animal person versus the conventional farming, which is locks down a hundred of the head at a time in a pen in a restricted area versus the more free roaming herd mentality. Which I mean, you go back. I mean, the the natural grasses that these animals are going to be eating on their own, they actually teach each other. As I was reading through the article, I apologize, I didn't say the article, which was in the today's dietitian.com by a Mr. Yeager. It points out that the animals take longer to mature and to get to the slaughter level, but they also have healthier young. They teach their young, the places to eat. They roam. It costs a little bit more um, the farmer, except the farmer saves tremendous amounts on it states in there the veterinarian and medical issues, basically because they're not buying all those steroids and all these other issues that can have some side effects to the beef. Um, I wish I could have figured a way to. I'm not an expert on the video stuff, but I saw a picture of a beef cow that it was purely all. It was disgusting. It was all muscle because of the steroids and things. And I'm like, I don't even want to come close to that. That just looks terrible to eat. Because if you are what you eat, boy, okay, that'd be lots of muscle and all that, but it could hardly walk correctly. It's just awful. I have enough trouble as it is being an overweight guy. I don't need any other issues. But so for me, the more healthier green grass fed again, that's a positive for me. It's not organic. That was also pointed out in the article that organic has other additional restrictions that grass fed does not reach. So they cannot say it's organic Um, but it is a differentiated grass-fed labeling ability that is going to be a little bit more expensive. So that's a con for the grass-fed, that it's a little bit more expensive, and it takes longer to mature. But with the conventional ones, the cons are they're pumped up full of chemicals. And to this day, we keep learning more and more about what we should not have been eating years ago. And it always comes down to these chemicals and artificial enhancements that we've done to food. Basically, you know, chasing the dollar to make more money, we've sacrificed our health, and now the tide is changing a bit. That's starting to turn back the other way, and I'm glad for that. So, um, yes, there it is. It is nutritionally superior. I think the grass. Um, It does have the website does. I will enclose that in the notes below, which will satisfy the requirements of the references. But it does actually make remarks from reports and uh, statistics from the USDA, and the USDA does a very good job in accumulating all this data. If the government does anything great, it can retain data and collect data. So it does report from that to give its backing of the evidence of the grass-fed being superior nutritionally and overall, its pros and cons. So, um, on my point of view, the closer you get to the buffalo, the better. And so, the more grass-fed, the more organic we can get, the better. It's going to get us back to the basics. I mean, other than a couple hundred years ago, our species went millions of years doing fine and getting healthier year by year by year until now we've got all these issues that are, as far as I'm concerned, all man-made because us mucking around with the natural state of things. So, okie dokie. So, a little bit of a bummer of a time to report. I feel like kind of a little downer, but David Yeager covers a lot of the information in this article. I will put the link in there. So it's a yes on the grass-fed. It's a neutral to negative on the conventional. I grew up on it. I love the taste of it, but the taste comes from the fat. Where the grass-fed, the taste comes more from the meat. There's less fat in it. It's a different taste. And if we all grew up on that, we'd think that. That's the farmer. He knows what the grass-fed is. He can't stand the store-bought stuff. So it's all guess your point of taste. So, thanks a lot for listening. We've only got one more after this, boys and girls, and I'm gonna miss doing these weekly um, yellow digs. So hopefully in the next class we'll have it again, and I can keep wearing my yellow dig shirt. So thanks again for listening, and I'll see you later. Bye bye now.